everybody. Today we're going to have the next tasting of my Wet Chinook 40L IPA. Now this is not the first tasting, so I'm not going to go over any notes from that. I don't even have them here. I will put a playlist up here if you want to check them out. Then if you want to see the actual recipe for it, I will link it down here. Now hops are starting to grow here in Michigan. We're almost a month into it. Actually right now. So this was bottled on 9/1/2020. This is 4/27/2021. 5.24% ABV. So let's go ahead and get this open. I do not look at anything before doing this. That's why I don't know what tasting this is. I don't even look at it. I just do it. Then when I edit, I'm going through all my files. Okay, this is tasting 4. Put that on there and go. Because I don't want anything to persuade me. I want to taste it for what it is now. A lot of home brewers, they might brew a lot of beer and put them away, then forget them for 6 to 12 months, year and a half, something like that. So that's why I'm still doing tastings on these, and I will keep doing them just to see what changes. Also the carbonation level. Some of these we have found 6 months to a year old that even using a lighter or the low end carbonation sugar amounts can still produce a foamy beer. So I'm guessing this is using the small pearl carbonation tablets. It would use 4 since it's 12 ounces. Let's go ahead and open it. Good hiss, good smoke. I do see, I don't think it's going to go. Good. So wet hop, what is wet hop? That is pulling it off the vine and putting it into the beer. So at the end of the season last year, when I was getting ready to pick them and dry them, I would have pulled them off the vine, put them in a bucket, took them in, weighed them, and put it into a beer. And last year I talked about this in the other videos for this and other videos, since I had 4 hop varieties growing. You know, it could be a 4-to-1 ratio, so that's like 4 ounces of wet hops equals 1 ounce of dry hops. It could be 6 ounces of wet hops equals 1 ounce of dry hops. Depending on where you're at, I would suggest that you start low, say 4-to-1, if you're going to do wet hop beers, and brew it. If it's not enough, then up it, because we don't know what the bitterness levels are, we don't know what the acid levels are, any of that. So I would start low and build, because you can always add more. If you make one with 7 or 8 wet ounces, which is going to be a crap ton, and it's overpowering, you're going to have to dump the whole thing. So start light, at least you can drink it. You can even, you know, do a hot tea or something and pour that into your beer. But start light, build yourself up. I would start 4-to-1. Head is dying down, white in the middle, white around the edges, not even a quarter finger. If we go ahead and take a look at this, pretty clear. I do have some chill haze on the glass that I don't think it's going to come off. Light golden in color. It looks a little darker on the screen than it actually is. It looks like Crystal 40. With brewing with that all the time, yeah, I would say that's Crystal 40, because Crystal 60 would be darker, obviously. But yeah, looks good. Carbonation looks good, nice and clear, even though it's not. When I bottle these, I do them directly out of the tap. I don't move it to a carboy or bottling bucket, anything like that. Let's go ahead and smell. Maltiness, a little honey malt. Now, I'm guessing that's because of the age. That hop level is dying a little bit, that malt is coming up, And if you've seen any of my other videos with older beers, that honey malt seems to be coming on. More sweetness, more maltiness, but the bitterness, maybe the hop itself is now out of suspension. And that's what's letting that honey malt come through more. That's about all I get. Maybe a touch of citrus. The honey malt's not that big like I've seen in some beers that have home brews that have been like a year plus old, but it is starting to change. Let's go ahead and taste. A little sweeter. That honey malt is in there. And again, I didn't use honey malt. My guess is it's just from the age. The bitterness has went down. The hops have went down. Maybe a touch. See, in the aftertaste, as it warms up, that sweetness, almost very light syrup, like you would find in a lower double IPA, is starting to come out some. There is a touch of citrus pine in there, but not very much. Body's in between light and medium, right in the middle, but that sweeter malt is making my brain think it's supposed to be bigger, like it's not balanced, but we know it's older. Yeah, like I said, it's not balanced. That malt, there's definitely not enough hops in here to balance that maltiness out. Still drinkable, goes down easy, carbonation's fine. Drinks like a lighter beer, but has the maltiness of a double IPA. Lower end double IPA, 7.5 to 8 probably, with not enough hops to back it up. Perceived bitterness is 20. So it's almost like you have a double IPA grain bill with a pale ale hop schedule. Not enough hops to balance that malt out. I could drink it all day though. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, just hops have faded over this time. Not enough in there. You'll have to go back and watch maybe tasting 1 and tasting 2 of this to really see. I do like Chinook hops. I think they do bring a lot of citrus, maybe a little spiciness to the beer. And yeah, not in this one right now. So if you've done something like this or found an older homebrew that you forgot about and tasted it, let me know what you got out of yours. Check some more videos out over here. And until next time, happy brewing.